Man's Person, a teaching video. Greetings. It's been a while since I've done a video, and just really felt strongly that it was time that I put something else up. I'm not going to have my face in the video because some of the previous teachings I've done, the audio and video have been synced improperly, probably by by YouTube. I'm not sure how it happened, but the audio and video aren't working in the way they're supposed to. So no face on this one, but it is me. I mean, you should be able to tell from my voice and the other videos that it's the same man speaking behind the screen. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Right. So, fact. Everyone on earth has deceit in their life. That is tragically the current state of affairs. When an individual is saved, washed clean by the blood of Mashiach, and brought into the rule of heaven, they are called to work through a process of sanctification or the changing of one's mind. Learning discernment, separating good or true from evil, false thoughts, is crucial in keeping that salvation. Are you deceived because evil men have defined your world instead of Yah? Consider this. If only Scripture was used to define reality, what would it look like? How does Yahweh look at his creation, and how is it compared to the world of men in the Bible? Before the Exodus from Egypt, and before Moses was even born, Job, or Job, son of Issachar, son of Jacob, son of Isaac, son of Abraham, a man, was divinely inspired to document this most crucial distinction regarding truth versus fiction. Fiction, of course, being a feigned idea or word or lie. It's a lie, okay? In the book named after himself. More can be learned about Job and his place in history in the book of Yashar'el. In Hebrew, that would be Yashar, which means the righteous, or set apart, you could say. And you can find some of that detail on page 10 later on in this video. It is the oldest of all the books found in the redacted Roman canon of 66 books, but not the oldest book in history. That would be the book of 1st Enoch, and we will table that for another discussion. Roughly 3,500 years ago, Job said, "Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man." Of course, that's the English, not the Hebrew. So we're going to look at that here in a moment. A man's person, what does this mean? How does knowing the difference between a man and a person help obey Revelation 18:4 and come out of her, my people? Let's now examine this verse more closely. Alright, so I'm going to leave this up here, and I'm not going to go into any of the details. That's your task. That's your assignment, homework assignment, if you want to call that. Alright, to look at the words and verify all this. Alright, it comes from Strong's and Briggs-Meyer and one other concordance. So here's my little commercial, so to speak. This presentation and all the presentations in their PDF form can be found at the link on the front of my, or the leading page in YouTube, where the banner, it says Commonwealth of Yashar'el. At the very bottom there's a little button there. You click on that and it'll take you to Google Drive, and where all these files are stored. So, before putting together a summary, we need to also look at a definition of the English word person. And again, here is some definitions of that English word. I'll just point out that Webster's makes it totally 100% clear. It's made from Latin persona, and it's a compound of per and sonus. Bottom line, it's a mask. Okay? It's a mask, just like someone used so the character in Star Trek. Now I'll go to my sci-fi. Okay, Star Trek, Captain James Tiberius Kirk. All right, that is the quote-unquote man, which really is a man. It's a character. That's the mask. that the actor William, surname Shatner, used, okay, in his acting. And that's who he played, the character or the persona he acted while on set, which is really just a modern version of the stage. So, some observations and thoughts. First, whatever this person is, it is the property of a man. Okay, so that's why it's written the way it is in the text, in the verse, a man's person. So whatever comes after man's is the property of that man. Clearly is something that should be rejected. Emphatically, don't have anything to do with this. This is believers, don't have anything to do with this. The definition of kana contains mention of a eulogy in it. Now wait a second. Those are only given at funerals, so when someone dies. This Hebrew word can also be translated to the English word surname, which is the name of a deceased person's estate. Kana is all about the dead. Let us also keep in mind that it is a title added to the real name. In Hebrew, the word for a name is Shem. As the word Kana is talking about the dead, then Shem must be talking about the living. So we can also see this idea in Revelation 3, verses 1 through 6. The L, H413, Strong's H413, is very close to the word L, which is H410, which is in reference to the power of the ox in moving things. Evolve then adds an element of moving towards something. Kana seems to be applied then to Adam like a covering of beast's skin. Adam is an interesting word also. We know that the first Adam sinned and transgressed the law, Torah, causing all to be contaminated with the sinful nature. It is even possible that this pollution has been merged into our DNA, which seems to be more or less a hot topic today with the lowercase m, Rn, a capital RNA, m equaling messenger, equaling angel, and then it's an inoculation, which was something originally intended just for animals. Adam could be a man, but is clearly defined as something else like a human being. Human beings being a thing because it's property, confirmed by these sources. And I'll let you take a look at those. Okay. So next we examine the definition of a person found on page 4. There are other examples, but these are 3 reliable witnesses to a proper understanding. Basically, a person is a genderless entity created by man used in a man-made legal system called a corporation. Corporation is derived from the word corpse, according to etymology, etymonline.com, which is short for etymology online, and etymology geek, and many other sources. Lastly, from Genesis to Zechariah, 69 verses, including Job 32:21, contain the Hebrew words Ish and Adam. In 23 or 1/3 of these verses, the text differentiates between the 2 Hebrew words. The other 2/3 use man to compare to man. These verses, however, stand out as good examples of the difference in the meaning. Most interesting of these verses is Ezekiel 44:25, where the word dead is added before the word person. Clearly, even translators know that there's a distinction between Ish and Adam, but why 66 of the verses is this hidden in nearly all English translations? Is there possibly some kind of conspiracy going on here where those in force are intentionally concealing the truth in an effort to deceive the masses? Yes, I know, conjectured hyperbole. All the same, it is clear that translations are biased for whatever motive is behind it. So, my conclusion is this. We know that man is made, we know what man is. He is made in the image or character of his maker, Jehovah Elohim. A person is an entirely different matter. A man is without a doubt a living sentient being, unlike a person, which is something considered to be dead, as it is was created by man, and man cannot give life. Now, if the term person or human being is applied to a living soul by the definition found in Random House Dictionary, we can think of this being as not being saved. So Isha would be a saved man or woman, and Adam, or a person or a human being, would be someone not. Does that make an unsaved individual the property of a man? A good question to ponder. Where am I going with this? It is my belief that Job was inspired to teach that the saved should use their proper, real, forgiven Christian name without a surname. The unsaved or the unregenerated should be known by a surname, covering, dead, like a dead animal skin, not their real name, which is exactly how the man-made artificial legal world works. Since the Kodashim, or the saints, already have their real living king and sovereign, who is also their Torah or lawgiver and judge, why should they be living life with a dead person's cognomen? So, is a man's person, or Adam, an alter ego, or maybe even evil twin that was never supposed to be? We know that it is possible to live a life free of the sinful nature. Mashiach proved that beyond a doubt 2,000 years ago. One thing is for sure, Yahweh is not a respecter of persons. To me, Scripture makes it clear that if you use a person to identify yourself, in sin you are. Are you? Would you like to ask Yah to elevate your rightful standing on the earth from Adam to Ish, or Isha. I hope this helps those interested in leaving the beast system, which is all man-made nations under the Yah-suffered foreign authority of Hasatan, and be truly free in the commonwealth of Yashar'el. The only real nation tribe assembly. The choice is yours. I already made mine, and I elected Yahshua HaMashiach as my true leader by sending good faith notice to the local occupying military Roman force, which in this region of the earth are provinces. In other places they're called states. It's the same thing, different word, same thing. Their response was, we follow what you are claiming. So this is my suggested alternate translation of Job 32:21. I implore urgently, you must not recognize or use any man's legal person mask as your name. Much less give names unto living human beings. Do you want to keep hiding your face with a fraudulent and artificial person mask from your maker Adonai Yehovah and others via a name of a fictitious deceased person's estate or surname? A surname? Or would you rather be a natural and sanctified face-to-face with him and man and peace and love in your true, real Yah-given name? He's coming back very, very soon, but only for a pure and spotless bride. The end. The end. Thank you. And shalom, shalom. Have a wonderful and blessed and full of life day.